Hi everybody, this is Laura, City Scrapper. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. Today I have a layout that I made using the February My Creative Scrapbook limited edition kit. The February kit featured papers from the 49 and Market collection called Vintage Artistry Naturalist. And yes, I am very late in posting this video. I just fell behind on editing and voicing over my videos, and I'm trying to get all those videos up on my channel so that you can see them. As soon as I unboxed the kit and I saw that there was this big, huge die cut of a window, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. I started by cutting away the center of the die cut so that I'd be able to use it as a frame for my photo. I knew that I wanted to use a photo from Letchworth Village, and I've spoken about this before on my channel, so sorry if you're hearing about this again, but there's an abandoned mental health facility near where I live, and my daughter went through a stage, my older daughter went through a stage where she loved going there and taking photos, and I would go with her sometimes. So we have a lot of photos of this place, and it's just an abandoned place. Nature is going back in and taking back over again. So I wanted to use this to document some of those photos. I'm using the paper that's to the right of the die cut. That's the front sheet of paper that shows you all of the papers that are in the collection. On the other side is a pattern paper, but I was thinking that the side that shows the smaller images of all the papers would be perfect for backing the windows that are around the central window where my photo is going to be. I was just about to attach those small pieces of paper down to the die cut, and then I was thinking it would look better if I inked the edges of the die cut. I'm using Distress ink in Vintage Photo. It's of course not that hard to ink the edges when it's the outer edges, but trying to ink those inside edges can be a little tricky, and I don't want to get ink all over the front of the die cut, so I take the dauber and I ink from behind the die cut. That way, if I get some of the ink on the surface of the die cut, it'll be on the back. Now I have that whole die cut inked, and I'm going back in and I'm attaching some rectangles down to those openings. I was almost thinking that it looked a little bit like a stained glass window. I'm not sure if it looks that way to you, but that's what I had in my head as I was creating this. Now that that window is backed, I can attach my photo down, and luckily the photo seems to fit just perfectly in that opening in the window. I decided on this piece of pattern paper. It's so pretty. I think it's perfect for this layout, and I think that this subject, these pictures from Letchworth, are all really well suited to use with these papers. I'm going to pop up that whole window, so I use some foam. I use a larger piece, and then I took this opportunity to use some scraps that I had laying around. And then I started working on my embellishments. So I picked out a number of the die cut pieces that were in the kit this month, and I'm inking the edges of all of these with some Distress ink, once again in Vintage Photo. The die cut pieces from the punch out sheets, they're very, very detailed, and at times they could be delicate, so I had to be kind of careful about inking them that I didn't damage them. Before I place the embellishments on the layout, I'm going to add some modeling paste to the background. I'm using the Vicky Bouton stencil that was in the kit and some Liquitex modeling paste, and I'm using it to create some texture in the background. I mainly put it in an arc around the window. I don't want to cover up any of the images that are already on the pattern paper, but I did want to add some texture, so I don't think that this made a major difference in the appearance of the layout, but I like the way it added an extra texture and some interest to the background, but in a subtle way. And this particular stencil turned out to be a really good match for the pictures that I chose and the effect that I was trying to make. So I did end up adding quite a bit of the modeling paste through the stencil. Now, a lot of times I turn the paper sideways or upside down because I don't want to smear what I've already put on the page with my arm. I am famous for doing things like that. I get excited in the moment and I lose track of what I'm doing. So for me, it's a lot safer to rotate the page than to reach across it. In the ephemera pack is a sentiment that says nature lover. So I decided I was going to include that in the upper right-hand corner. I popped it up on some foam, and now I'm popping up my title on some foam. My title is Explore More, and that's another element from the ephemera pack. So you can see here that I'm once again piecing together some foam, and then once I'm done with the foam, I use some adhesive and I attach the title down to the die cut, and then I attach the whole die cut down to the layout. And I use ATG adhesive usually because sometimes I like to reposition things, and the ATG adhesive allows you usually to position what you've put down on the page. Sometimes it's a little hard to get that adhesive on the foam, but with a little persistence, I usually can get that to work out. I love these plants. I don't know if I have them facing in the wrong direction, but I really liked the way they looked cascading down from the sentiment on the top, so I thought I would just leave it like that. I don't know how many people would be able to identify it if it was wrong, so I thought I would just go with it. I added 2 of those beautiful die cut butterflies. I just love those. And now I'm taking all of those pieces that I had inked earlier and I'm working them into the layout. I cluster them around the large window. In some cases, I'm tucking them into the individual windows, and in other cases, I'm tucking them behind the sides of the window. I'm trying to get a very wild look here because this place that we go to, as I mentioned, it's overrun with all of the plant life that is kind of reclaiming the buildings that are there. So to try to achieve a little bit more of a random, slightly wilder look, I am using a lot of these leaf embellishments, and I'm also putting them at a lot of different angles and leaving them different lengths. I include some of the bird die cuts. I absolutely love birds and butterflies and leaves. This collection has all the things that I really love to include on my layouts. I placed the majority of those embellishments that I'd inked earlier on the layout. I still don't think that it looks quite as full as I wanted to, but then I started adding some of the dimensional flowers. I really like the way this very crisp white flower looked on the layout. Even though the layout is filled with lighter colors, I think that because the flowers are so bright white, they really stood out. Now I'm going to attach the butterflies and the birds down to the layout. I want them to be a little more prominent than the other embellishments on the page, so I'm popping them up on some foam. For the birds, I just put a little bit of foam on the back of them, but for the butterflies, I want the wings to kind of pop up. So I just put small strips of foam on the wings and I put adhesive in the middle. And then when I put the butterfly on the layout, I press down the center so that the center will stick to the page and the wings will pop up. And now I'm just kind of futzing around those flowers and moving them around. I feel like something isn't quite right in the way that I have the embellishments arranged, so I'm trying different things to try to make the layout look a little bit more balanced. I was thinking that the lower left-hand corner needed a little something, so I added a die cut on the lower left-hand corner, and then I started adding a few more all around the layout. The branches that I'm adding now, those were from my stash. I had them die cut, and I thought that they matched in really well with this collection. I was going to use them on a different layout, but I ended up using them for this layout, and I think that now things are starting to look a little bit more balanced. Once again, I'm using the Distress ink in Vintage Photo to ink the edges of these die cut leaves. I'm inking them and tucking them back where I had them before. And it looks to me like those die cuts were already inked with some of the Vintage Photo, but it looks like I'm putting another coat on. I think I wanted them to stand out a little bit more. The strips of paper that I'm using right now, these border strips, these are from the kit. And I wanted to create kind of a shelf on the bottom for the window to sit on. I felt it really looked like it was floating. So I'm using these strips. I will let you know that I ended up not liking this at all, and I went in and I fixed it all up off camera. I just had one of my moments where I was like, I have to fix this right now. I don't like the way this looks. But I'm inking the edges of each of these strips and I'm layering them on top of each other. I rip the edges to kind of give them a less formal look. But then when I looked at it again the next day, I was thinking that I had too many things that looked rustic. I wanted to have something that looked a little bit more pristine or a little bit less, I don't know, rough. So you'll see in a little bit, I go back in and I use a lot of the same pieces and I just rearrange them. I cut the edges so that they look a little bit more regular. And I think that it ends up making the layout look a little better overall. When I look at this right now, I don't dislike it so much, but I think that later on, if you agree with me, I think that the simplified look is a little bit better for this layout since there's already so much going on. It's very odd when I'm editing videos, a lot of times I will like something that I really didn't like before. So for example, these flowers, these rust color flowers, I ended up using them on another layout, but I thought they would look nice on this layout. I again placed them on the layout and the next day I was just like, ugh, I don't like the way that it looks. And I think that it was more the placement of the flowers more than the color of them or anything. I just feel that I didn't have an ideal placement for them, and that's probably why I didn't like them. I'm going back in with some more modeling paste to fill in a couple of areas that I feel look a little empty. It's a little hard to put modeling paste down when there are already so many elements on the page. It's hard to tuck the stencil in, but I did manage to add a little bit of modeling paste to a couple of places on the layout. And now I guess I was realizing that I didn't really like the way I had those strips on the bottom. So I decided to add another strip, thinking maybe I would make it better, but it didn't work. Like I said, I fixed that later on. And now I'm adding some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist to the page. I'm adding a dark green color. I know this is blurry, but it just lasts for a moment. I only added a couple of splatters of the green color because it didn't seem to be having much of an impact on the layout. So then I decided that I would add some splatters of watered down white acrylic paint, which is one of my very favorite things to add to layouts. I wanted to add a little bit more texture to the background. I'm adding some pearls. These are long strips of pearls that are just cut into individual pieces. I think they're probably about 3 millimeters. I'm not 100% sure about that measurement, but they're very, very tiny. I'm adding the pearls to the modeling paste flowers that were made with the stencil. So I'm going around looking for the flowers and attaching these little pearls down, and I think it makes a nice little addition to the layout. Nothing that makes a huge difference, but it's just a little detail that catches your eye and I think adds to the overall layout. I think so anyway. I don't include all of the footage of adding the pearls because it goes on for a long time, but once I'm done adding the pearls to the background, then I start adding some of the strips of pearls to the butterflies. I put a little bit of glue down the center and then I add the pearls in a strip down the center of the butterfly, and I just like that little element. I do it on a lot of my layouts. It's just a little touch that I think adds a little bit of something to the butterflies. In a moment, you're going to see that I remove those reddish brown flowers from the layout. I'm not sure why I placed them the way I did, but I think that the layout looks a little bit better without them. I think that they're beautiful flowers and I do use them on another layout that I made for this month, but they just weren't the right choice for this layout. So then I was thinking that I would add a few more of these white flowers since I don't have the large flowers anymore. And now I'm using some glue and attaching them down. I usually use some gel medium when I'm attaching down flowers like this, but because they're so small, the gel glue was enough to attach them down to the page. I'm also adding some of the leaves that were included in the paper packs, and I ink the edges of those leaves with, again, the Vintage Photo Distress Oxide. So now I am very happy with the way that the leaves look and the flowers. I think that they look random the way I want them to. And you could see that below the window, I have replaced that big mess of strips with a little bit of a neater looking cluster of border strips. I just use two different colors, the dark green and that dark coralish color, and then I put a scallop made of pattern paper underneath it. I used an EK Success punch. I inked the edges again with the Vintage Photo, and then I added some slightly larger pearls to the strip, and that completes this layout. Thank you so much for watching this video, everybody. Thank you for sticking with me till the very end. I hope that you got some ideas that you can use on your own scrapbooking layouts. The kit that I used to make this layout was the February kit, but right now you can take a look at the April My Creative Scrapbook limited edition kit on the website. The link is in the description box, and there's several other kits too that you might also like to take a look at. I hope that you have a great day, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.